The Joe Rogan Experience.
Now, if you've ever listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, then you've probably heard of Alpha Brain.
It's 100% legit. If I go to a UFC and I don't have Alpha Brain, I panic. I take it before every podcast. I even oftentimes take it on the air just to let people know, like, I really take this. Yeah.
He talks about this magic supplement so much on his podcast that I had to check it out, though I was a little skeptical myself. So today we're going to find out if Alpha Brain really works. Looking online, it does look like it's backed by some science. There's some double-blind placebo tests, and it also says if you take Alpha Brain for 6 weeks, you'll see a significant improvement in your verbal memory and executive function. So let's give it a go. So here it is. Now, this was not easy for me to get hold of. Well, being in the UK at least, there was only one website I could find on, which was called iHerb. I managed to find one jar was £42 and you get 30 capsules. However, you do need to take 2 capsules every time you take it. Now, I've just read that it takes about an hour to 2 hours for these bad boys to kick in. So before we get anything else done, let's get 2 down the hatch. So what exactly is Alpha Brain? So Alpha Brain is a complete smart nootropic with the onnit focus blend that boosts alpha brainwave production by optimizing neural communication. Basically, in layman's term, it improves your short-term memory, you can remember facts and makes you have better engaging conversations as well as retain new information, which sounds incredible because my memory is bloody awful. So I thought the best way to do this is do some tests on myself. So I'm going to do a memory test now before the magic capsules have kicked in, and then I'm going to record a video and see how well my verbal communication is, and then we're going to redo the test afterwards and see if there's any improvements. So let's get to the test. Okay, so I found the memory test, so let's see how good my memory is before the Alpha Brain. Actually a little nervous. So the test I found was a memory and speed test, which couldn't be more simple. Every time you see an image repeated, you click it, though it is actually a lot harder than it sounds. That was actually really difficult. So I got 60% correct recall and 1018 response time. So not so good. So now I'm going to film another YouTube video, let you guys know if it seemed to run a lot smoother or if I filmed 800 takes like I normally do. Okay, so just finished filming the A-roll to my barefoot shoe video. Usually it takes me about half an hour and it took like 25 minutes, so I saved myself 5 minutes. Did my verbal communication seem to be rolling off my tongue? No, I still made a lot of mistakes like I usually do, so not noticeably, but maybe. So I thought now, before I go back into redoing the test, now the capsule should be well ingested into my system. We're going to talk a little bit about the ingredients. So the first couple of ingredients, you got alpha GPC, Herpesia serrata, Bacopa monorea. All like they're supposed to help the brain function, help with dementia, memory, cognitive force. First ingredient I've recognized is L-theanine. This is in green tea extract and it helps release dopamine into your body. This helps regulate your mood, your emotions, and your sleep. Cat's claw is another ingredient I've seen before. Me and Loretta put it in our smoothies for a little while, though it was pretty foul tasting. And cat's claw is supposed to have significant effects on brain and memory health. There's also L-tyrosine and oat straw extract. I've not heard of either of those either, but they're also supposed to improve cognitive function. Vitamin B6 boosting memory, alertness, and mood. And finally, L-leucine and 2 other compounds I'm not even going to entertain pronouncing, but these guys promote long-term brain health. So now we know what's in Alpha Brain, let's see if they actually work by retaking the memory test. For the second test, I switched the image from animals to nature to make the test as fair as possible. Same rules applied, click every time you see a repeated image. And as the last time, it was bloody hard. So last time I got 60% and like 1,000 something MS response, and this time I got 80% and 849, so that's like a 20% improvement on memory and cognitive function. Before I just did that test, I was kind of on the fence as if this was just a bit of a gimmicky thing. And I know you can take into account that redoing a test makes the test easier, so you can probably deduct a bit of points, but there's no doubt that scientific experiment experiment did show there was a vast improvement, and the same with recording my YouTube video. The recording time took about 5 minutes less than normal, which is probably me making less mistakes. So actually, in hindsight, I think Alpha Brain does work. I'm actually impressed. So overall, my opinions on Alpha Brain definitely does work. Maybe not to the monumental scale maybe Joe Rogan talks about it, or maybe it works more the more you use it, or if you use it consistently you get better results. However, just using it once, I definitely do feel, yeah, more focused. Overall though, it is pretty expensive. I say it's £42 for 15 days worth, but overall, from my first day impression, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. It's definitely a luxurious item, especially in today's times. Like £42, you could put the heating on for the afternoon with that. However, if you do have some extra money and you need a job where you need to focus and use your cognitive function in your speech and get into flow state, this could definitely be a good addition to your supplements. So that's going to be it for the review. Drop in the comments below if you've taken nootropics before, if you have any thoughts and opinions about them, and I'll see you guys in the next one.